my god. Oh.
I'm filming today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I see that. When there's a camera shoved into my face.
Morgan is here.
I'm eating.
Can I talk about your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
No. This is your channel.
Okay, so Morgan is making a YouTube channel pretty soon.
It's true.
Yeah, it's exciting. Also, Alex has a YouTube channel too, and he has 2 or 3 videos on it. So I'll put all the links down below.
You can almost look at yourself, but it doesn't like flip. It's just upside down.
Oh no. Well, at least you can still see if you're in
Look
focus.
at it. It gets all confused.
So we don't really know yet what we're doing today, but what I know is that we're gonna have lunch right now.
Did they ever say anything about that?
Do you think this is
Nope.
gonna stay like this?
Nope. You're gonna try. Fun when it falls off.
Okay, let's try.
We have given up on plowing this place.
Oh, because there's cars.
He used to be able to go around it.
Can you grab it?
Camera fell off. Rally. Drift. Drift mode engaged.
So I'm gonna show you our routine today where we eat almost every day, and then after lunch Alex goes to the Red Caboose to get his coffee.
It's more than a routine, it's a way of life.
It's a way of life. That's
Zucca
what's
train.
happening every day.
Easily you want to be there and you're like... Hello!
Hi RJ.
Hello.
So we made it to the Red Caboose. I don't drink coffee, but I usually get this, which is an orange bun.
We share that.
What?
We share that.
Yeah, we share it. And yes. And I have to talk to you about this orange bun because it's the best. Morgan is making fun of me. But really, it's the best pastry I've ever had in America. It's so good. Okay, so we just got back home. This afternoon, the guys went playing around with their drone, and I was with them, but I didn't really film because, well, to be honest, I had a huge headache, and I wasn't in the mood. So I've been having a lot of questions. Actually, yesterday I saw a comment on my last video that I posted about my life in Whitefish. Someone asking me how is my life abroad, and actually I got that question a lot. I got a lot of messages and comments and emails about people who are interested in you know, just living abroad, and you know, they just wanted to know how my life is since I moved away from France. Before I tell you how I ended up here in Whitefish, Montana, I feel like I should maybe tell you a little bit more about my story, about my life and the way I was raised. First of all, I was born here in America. I was born in Austin, Texas. I was just born there. I've never lived there, and I left when I was 7 days old. So my first time being on a plane, I was 7 days old, which is pretty young. I've never came back to Austin since then, and now that I'm here, now that I moved to the States, I really want to go, you know, to Austin and see where I was born, and because I keep hearing great stuff about that city, so I really want to see it. So after I was born, we moved to Costa Rica for a few years. This is where I took my first steps, and actually Spanish is my first language. So after Costa Rica, we moved to France. This is where I was raised. This is where I grew up until I was 12. When I was 12, we had to move to Brazil for 2 years, which was pretty scary for me, I remember, because it's a new country, it's a new language, And when you're 12, you know, you have all your friends and you don't want to leave, and it's the hardest thing ever. Also, I will always remember, because when it was time for us to leave France for Brazil, my dad told me one thing that I will always remember, and I'm sure you'll understand it completely if you used to travel and live abroad. He told me, Andrea, you're crying now because you're leaving France, but let me tell you that you're gonna cry even more on the way back from Brazil. And I was like, what are you saying? That's not true, because all my friends are here and I didn't want to leave and I didn't speak the language. I was kind of scared. And when he told me this, I was like, no way. There's no way I'm gonna cry even more on the way back to France. And he was right. On the way back to France, after 2 years, I was very, very depressed. When I understood that it was possible to live abroad and learn a new language, and it wasn't scary at all, everything was beautiful, the people were amazing, and he was right. When I got back to France, I was very depressed and I didn't want to leave Brazil. So always listen to your dad. Anyways, so we came back to France, and then after a few years we had to move again to another city in France. It was pretty hard too, because I was 16 or 17, I think, which is even harder to move somewhere else when you have all your friends. But anyways, you make new friends. And after that I left for Canada. This is where I met Alex 6 years ago, in Canada, in Quebec City. And then after Quebec City, we moved to Vancouver for 2 years. And after Vancouver, we moved to LA, and then just for a few months, because sadly LA wasn't meant to be. It wasn't for us. So then we spent a winter in Ennis, Montana. And anyways, and last year we just ended up here in Whitefish, Montana. I've traveled a lot with my parents when I was younger. Also, because my mom is not French. So my dad is French, my mom is from Chile. I was raised with two cultures, completely different, but I'm so glad I did. So now that you know all of this, you may understand a little bit better how easy it is for me to move and live abroad. This is getting cold. The questions that you guys ask me a lot is it difficult to be so far away from your family? I'm not gonna lie, it is, because I'm very close with my parents and my brother. So when I moved away, I remember in Canada, I was supposed to leave for Canada just for a year. And I said goodbye to my parents. My mom told me, she told me that years later, but she told me, I knew you were never gonna come back. So when she told me that, I was like, yeah, well, you were right, because I was supposed to leave for a year, and it's been almost 7 years now that I left France, so I never came back. But she knows that I'm happy, and that's the most important thing. I'm not embarrassed about this, but my parents and I talk at least twice a week on FaceTime, which is pretty awesome. So of course we don't get to see each other much, but I think we're pretty lucky because we see each other once a year at least, which is great, I think. Would you recommend to live abroad? Of course I will. Living abroad is an experience that you should try at least once in your life, because it changes you. You learn so many things about yourself, about the country you're in, and I don't know, I think it's a great experience to have. Living here made me learn a lot about this country, learn a lot about Americans, and because it's two different cultures. And the language, my English is not perfect and I know it, but I'm very happy to work on it every day, and so it gets better. Because I have a lot of comments of people saying, oh my god, I wish I could live abroad, or oh, I wish I could travel abroad, but I could never do it because I'll be so far away from my family. And I have those kind of comments every week of people saying that. So trust me, just do it. If you have the opportunity of doing it, just do it. Don't think too much. If you think too much, you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna do it. And trust me on this, it will change you. You will be stronger after living abroad and coming back home. To be honest, trust me, you have nothing to lose. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You can always go back home. If it does work, you'll see it's the most awesome thing you've ever done in your life, and you won't regret it at all. Anyways, I was just drinking my tea, and I was reading some comments on my YouTube channel and Instagram, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna film myself and just answer those questions. Anyways, I hope that it was a little helpful. I don't know if it was helpful or not, but I wanted to talk about it with you guys, and maybe now you get to know me a little bit better. If you have any other questions, I will be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!